Good evening. Yes, it is me. It's about 10:41 p.m. I'm about ready to call it a night. I do so because I'm getting up probably about 4 o'clock in the morning. But I decided that besides being the trading guru, TTG, and also besides being the comedian that I am, my series TMOC, I think it would be good for me at the end of my night, as I reflect on my day, perhaps have a little libation. Cheers, by the way. That I reflect on what I learned today, or as I like to call it, wilt. Okay, maybe wilt's not the best acronym for them, but for right now, it's wilt. What I learned today. And I think it's important because I think we need to. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry about the eye. Charlie did wake up from his medically induced coma, thank God. And it looks like he's going to be with me for a little bit longer. And so that's good news, right? And he got up and he got up. He was very angry and active when he got up. So he's excited to be around. But anyway, I think he went back to sleep. Anyhow, so I think it's important that every day, all of us, but I'm not going to talk about you guys. You guys do what you got to do. But for me, I like to learn something new every day. No wisecracks. I know, like, well, why aren't you a little bit smarter? Okay. But anyway, I like to learn something new every day. And one of the things I also do in the process of trying to learn something new every day is I try to meet somebody new every day and have a little conversation with them. Because I think the more that we do that, the more that we understand the humanity of our fellow human beings. And we all have humanity, except for that guy with the orange face and the gorgeous hair. But other than that, pretty much all of us have some sort of humanity in us. So let me just get right into it, what I learned today. So first of all, I met a young man. His name was Armando. And I walked by him actually several times. Since I walk every day, several times isn't very much underestimation. I've probably seen him at least 10 times. And today I came up to him. He was, smoking a little weed. And there was an accident along the street there. And another accident. And so that was kind of like my segue because I said, oh boy, another accident. And he said, yeah. I said, did you see it? He said, no. I said, and then I started talking about an accident we had early in the morning last week. And we just started talking a little bit. And I said, oh boy, those guys just drive so fast on the street. And I told him about talking to my congressman, Brad Sherman, and about how we need some sort of a crosswalk thing, something to slow the traffic down because sometimes they go down that street at ridiculous speeds. So anyway, we talked for about 3 minutes, nothing of relevance. But I got to know a little bit about him, how long he's been out here, and where he lives in the neighborhood right here, and he learned a little bit about me, and I learned his name, he learned my name, and now we're so now when I see him the next time I'm walking, it might be as soon as tomorrow. I'll be hey Armando, how are you, man? How's it going? And that's it. So there's another human being that I've met in the world, and it's somebody that has been acknowledged for their presence on this planet. I think if we all could do that, that'd be awesome. Think about it, Next time you're in a grocery store where you've seen somebody 1,000 times and you just kind of, give them one of these or whatever. Yeah, nothing wrong with knowing somebody's first name. If they don't want to tell you their first name, fine, that's okay. Let me tell you something else. And any of you that know me, can I hopefully, well, most people know me. Well, and maybe they don't know me, but those of you that really do know that I don't really care so much about the reaction I get from other people. So when I'm going to meet somebody, which sounds really scary maybe to some of you, but when I go to say hi or talk to somebody on the bus or just anything like that, if they don't want to talk to me or if they just kind of like creep, you know, uh, it's particularly difficult if you try to, if there's if being a male, if there's a female, they might feel uncomfortable, and I understand that. I understand that, so I just kind of keep walking or whatever. But don't be afraid of that, you know, because the more that we do that, when I'm learning, the more that we do that, the more you're going to find that we all have a humanity. And the more that we see the humanity in others, the less likely we're going to be to hurt each other, treat each other with the lack of respect, and just maybe, we can kind of start to close that friggin' gap that we seem to have created in a very short period of time. So that's that. The other thing that I learned today, and I'm not going to burden you with too many things that I learn every day, because I learn a lot every day, believe me. But the other thing that I learned today was I'm friends. I'm friends with this person that, unfortunately and tragically, years ago, killed somebody driving under the influence. So this person that I know was driving under the influence and killed somebody, and served a little time for that. And I'm sure that was obviously completely devastating for the family of the person that was killed. But also, you can only imagine how devastating it is to know that you took somebody else's life. And I can't imagine how that would feel. And I know that we all make mistakes. And today, unfortunately, I had seen this person over the years in social media because, like I said, we're friendly. I like this person, and I've seen this person on social media, showing like at parties, like having a good time, and that's nice, dancing. There's nothing wrong with that, We make mistakes. Some are way worse than others. I understand that, and hopefully, if you notice on my Facebook, I have forgiveness, and there's a reason why I have that up there. And I, like a lot of other things I do, I made an acronym out of it. But I had enough. And I had seen a bunch of times where this person was having some drinks. And I thought to myself, this person, one, should never be drinking again. This person should be doing everything this person can to make up for all the hurt that this person has caused. Reparation, right? You need to apologize. You need to accept what you did. You need to apologize, and you need to try to make some sort of reparation. That reparation could be you go out and talk to people about what happened and how bad, being under the influence is and getting behind the wheel. and what it can do, not only to the families, to the person involved that was killed, but also to yourself, because that's got to be a living hell, knowing that you took the life of another person. But the mistake I made today, and I want to thank my brother, who is, he's an enlightened man, and I'm trying to be more enlightened. I'm getting a little more enlightened. And I wish he was a little more forceful with me. And I don't mean mean or whatever, but sometimes he's so marvelously subtle in his approach with me that I don't immediately, it has to soak in. This was about 7 hours ago. And what I did was I had come down on this person because there was one more little post on their whatever platform. And it was again like, like, where's my drink or something. And for whatever reason, something in me just kind of like, you know what, enough is enough. And I sent them a message. And I thought I was being really kind. And I sent them a message, and I kind of just said, so-and-so, and I hadn't spoken to him probably in like maybe a few months in terms of contact. And I said, I've been seeing your social media stuff for some years now, and I haven't said anything. And I don't know if you even realize it, but when you post these things and it shows that you're drinking, and knowing what I know about what happened, and there are probably other people that either know about what happened or may have been directly affected by what happened, maybe you shouldn't be showing yourself partying and drinking. And at first, I think they maybe didn't realize that I knew because this went back a while. And then they realized what I was talking about because I didn't say it specifically. And at the end of my little thing, before they said anything, I kind of said, please just take that in a little bit. I'm not trying to, bring up stuff, but just take that in a little bit and think about that. And of course, very quickly, they reacted and got really defensive and came back at me and all this kind of stuff. And before I know it, we were kind of getting in a little argument. And at that point, I just got completely frustrated with them and kind of just told them, that I had always supported them, but they need to get an effing clue, and they need to think about that and all this stuff. I realize now that I could have done things a lot differently. And what I could have done is I could have just said, how are you? How are you feeling? Check in with them and probably massaged it a different way. So I want to thank my brother for that. And that's something I learned today. That we can't change others. We can only work on ourselves. And in so doing, maybe that will spread to others. So, cheers to that. You all have a good night, and I'm going to talk to you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.